Welcome to Bufu. It's the podcast by us and for you.
It's the podcast where two melanated lesbians in New York City share our perfect opinions.
I'm Muna.
And I'm Priya.
And today, Buffoons, we have a very special guest.
A real treat.
So please welcome fellow New York City native, fellow queer comic, writer, and performer, Sheria Matiss.
Hi. Hello.
How y'all doing?
How y'all doing?
How you doing?
I forgot you were a New York native.
Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn.
I'm obsessed with you.
Oh my God, thank you. I'm so shocked when people don't know I'm a New York native.
I mean, you give.
Yeah,
I
give.
yeah.
There's a sadness in my eyes.
Stop. There's just a raw power.
Yeah, it's just like a shriveled sadness that I can. You can see it. You were raised here.
Where in Brooklyn are you from?
I'm from Bed-Stuy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Do or die.
And you
Exactly.
doing.
I
And
am
you
doing.
are doing, aren't you?
I am doing. I am doing. And every day we all die. No. I'm from Bed-Stuy. Like it's so funny. Like my stomping grounds are like that's where like there's a juice store now. There.
Yep.
There's a yoga.
Walking around
there's a
that
yoga
neighborhood
studio.
is
Yeah.
crazy.
There's white families with dogs and strollers
Yep.
and shit. It's
That's
different.
ground
shops.
zero.
It's different. Yep.
Yeah.
That's where it first started.
Yep.
Yep. You from East New York, right?
I know I'm from Queens.
You from Queens,
I'm
that's
from
right.
Southeast Queens. So maybe that's where the East came from.
Okay.
Yes, I rep Southeast Queens.
That's right. It was a hood energy that I was getting off of you.
Thank you. You about to ask me if I'm Guyanese?
I was, but now that I realize that's a problematic thing to say.
It's always an honor. I got that a lot growing
I
up.
bet you fucking did.
That's me. And are you Ethiopian?
Yeah, I see that.
Wait, where are you from?
My family is from Somalia and Yemen.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I mean,
then
it is right next door. But
are you first generation?
I am. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm first gen. My parents are refugees.
Wow.
From a shithole country. So.
Damn. They were talking about you.
Running through
Yep,
your
they
country like
absolutely-
a Tomb Raider.
Yep. I'm sorry. That's
What
just
you
what
about
happened.
to do? Here I am.
And whose fault is that?
Us, we
Western
paying for it. I'm
imperialism?
sorry.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
Does it feel weird to pay taxes to fuck up your own country?
100%.
Sure
I'm sorry.
does. No, it sure does. But it was just Diwali, though.
It was. I wanted to share for our little cultural catch-up moment a story about how I tried to wish people happy Diwali yesterday. So yesterday was Diwali. It was fun because it also fell on Halloween. People were celebrating Diwali. And I was at this cafe. I forget the name. I think it's like Barack or something. It was definitely like a run by ethnic people. I sound
Not
like a racist
Barack.
white person.
Triggered.
You know what? I'm gonna sound racist because it's not Barack. It's something like Barack. But anyway, it was it was a very beautiful cafe. I'm gonna look it up so I can plug this cafe.
Oh, that's so nice. You're so lovely. Plug in Obama's cafe. Right there. It's just
Problematic.
Goldman Sachs. You were just in the lobby of Goldman Sachs.
Just chilling at Black Rock.
Just chilling in Black Rock.
Post it up.
It was a beautiful cafe run by BlackRock.
That's right. So it was very diverse.
Yes.
Because the rocks are black. So dumb.
I'm dead.
Waiting
It was at
with bated breath.
Barzak.
Barzak.
It was
okay,
where?
You wasn't that off.
Thank you.
Barzak?
Barzak.
Barzak.
Barzakh cafe. It's a beautiful cafe in our neighborhood. Actually, it's in Crown Heights, and I really want to go back. And it was decorated really beautifully. There was a lot of African Arab decor around. And I went to the backyard, and there were some people in like South Asian attire, and I was like, "Ooh, let me be inclusive." I went up to them. I was like, "Hey, happy Diwali," and they turned to me and they were like, "We're Muslim." And I was like, oh my God. And then they were like, actually, most of us here are Muslim. It's like a Muslim cafe.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I'm so sorry. Here's the
Get
gag.
out.
I don't even celebrate Diwali.
Damn.
It's actually a holiday that's racist against Tamil people.
Wait, really?
One of the
Wait.
origins. So one of the things that they celebrate in Diwali is like, first of all, the defeat of light over dark. That's racist
Hello.
already. Why y'all keep
Clock
saying
it.
that?
Clock
Stop
it.
saying that.
Yeah.
Light finally defeats dark.
Yeah.
Look at what you're saying.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And in South Asia, in India, there are two races of people. There's Indo-Aryans, North, Indians, Hindi speakers, and related languages.
Light-skinned.
The light-skinned ones, yeah.
And then there's Dravidians, who are Tamil, Telugu, those related languages. And my family's from Sri Lanka, but we're Tamil.
Okay.
And one of the stories that Diwali is celebrating is the defeat of Ravana, who is he's the guy who kidnapped Sita from Ram, whatever. Ravana is actually a celebrated Tamil king from Sri Lanka.
Damn.
People worship and revere him there. So we're not celebrating that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Tamil people have been around before Hinduism.
Yeah.
We have our own festival of lights. We have very rich and ancient traditions.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So I'm not even celebrating Diwali.
That's so funny.
Yes.
So you went out of your way
To be inclusive.
Nice, to be inclusive.
And excluded the people you were trying to be inclusive toward and yourself.
And myself. And first of all, I was high. I don't know. But they were like, they were like, yeah, most of us are Muslim here. And then one of them, as a joke, was like, yeah, we're extreme Muslims. And they were like, just kidding. And then for a second, I was like, wait, are you guys pranking me and you are Hindu? And they were like, no. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I have to leave.
First of all,
turned around,
as the resident Muslim,
Please.
they were just player hating. They were just having a bad day and decided to take it out on you. Chill. Islam is very inclusive of other religions. So
yeah.
that's hilarious
I will
that
say
they
that's
went
funny.
out of their way.
They were like,
funny, right?
this bitch worked for Modi. What's going on?
Wait, were they? What flavor of brown were they?
They were, they looked like they could be Indian. I don't know. India is a very diverse place.
Yeah.
Exactly, though.
Yeah.
You really,
The thing-
everything. I'm sorry, you're going to take your mask off and be like, actually, my name is Connor.
Right? I just said, they look Indian. I'm not
Gotcha,
even Indian. And it's funny though, because even though my family's from I don't even identify as Sri Lankan. I identify as Ulam Tamil, to distinguish. Tamil Ulam was the autonomous area of Sri Lanka that Tamil people held for a while until the Tamil genocide.
Yes.
So I identify as Tamil Ulam.
Yes.
Ulam Tamil. But I don't even get offended when people think I'm Indian, because I'm like, yeah, there are people that look like me there. You know what I mean? I do look Indian, so whatever. That's not my problem.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I feel like the way we're taught to think about it, everyone just throws you in the bucket of
Yeah.
Indian.
Yeah. And it's a huge, massive
It
bucket.
couldn't be bigger.
Yes. It's just
It couldn't
Indian.
be bigger.
Yes.
It should be 14 different countries.
Yeah.
It really should.
We like to simplify things,
Mm-hmm.
especially when it comes to brown and black people.
Mm-hmm.
But white people be like, I am part,
Right.
yeah, Polish, Irish, and
Why we would say Polish?
part
I love that.
Celtic, and it's like, okay,
Right.
okay.
Austrian.
That's a desperate grasp at
It
an
is.
identity.
But
It's
I'm fine
I'm
with it.
nothing, so I
I'm
need to
fine
be
with it.
something.
It's true.
Listen.
I'm fine with it. White people need to get in their own
They need to
indigenous
tap
culture.
I was
Yup.
just
Yep.
about to say that
They need to
sentiment.
I
we
wanna
would all
see-
benefit.
Yes, white people always
We
trying
would
to
all-
take other cultures, and it's like, go be Druid.
Go be
Get back
celebrate
in your
Samhain.
druid bag.
You know what that is?
Happy Samhain, by the way. It's a holiday celebrated by
Irish?
It's a
Right?
Gaelic. It's a Gaelic.
Gaelic, yeah.
Yeah. It's
Oh, no, it
ancient
is
Celtic.
Irish.
Yeah,
Let's just be
Yeah.
real.
Okay.
Out of all the whites, the Irish are the ones with culture.
They got
Sorry,
fairies.
they're the ones that got the culture.
They got fairies up in
They
those
got fairies.
meadows.
They got yeah. They've been through shit. They got oppression.
They have. They are
You know what I
standing in
mean?
solidarity with Palestine.
They sure fucking are, because they're like, we know.
We know.
We know what that feels like.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to the Irish. Thank you, Iowa
Thank
Debris.
you. I love her. Sheria, thank you for joining us here today.
Please.
Thank you for having
Of
me.
course.
Give it up.
What's going on, girl?
Oh, God,
How you doing?
No, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm working on a few things. I write for this little YouTube queer daily show, The Gaily Show. No, it's not called The Gaily Show. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's
I'm
called
into
Late
it.
Stage Live. It's called Late Stage Live. And
Cool.
we just we try to make jokes about everything that's falling apart.
Hell yeah.
And
You gotta.
yeah, I'm writing. Oh, I'm producing. I'm so bad at fucking promoting my shit.
All good.
Oh,
I'm
take
so
your
bad at
time.
promoting my shit. My bad. So I'm producing. I wrote a pilot of about my Fibroids, called Fibroids: A Love Story.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's and I'm gonna produce a live reading of it at UCB on December 2nd.
Oh my God.
So
Hell yeah.
It's and I will be playing my fibroid.
Wow.
Stop it.
That's right. I wanted to get into what she was feeling.
Oh
you know?
my
How was
God.
she feeling about it?
Incredible.
After you evicted her.
Before I evicted her.
Before, okay.
When she thought there was hope that we could stay together.
Oh my God.
know,
That's
yes.
the love story.
That's so
story?
funny. That isn't the love story, but
Okay.
that's so funny. There's a queer love story in there.
Okay.
Right now, it's just like an unrequited love story because
Okay.
that's all I know how to write. But
Listen, and that's a good story too.
But it also is like a self-love. So that was the
Okay,
idea, that it's also a
beautiful.
self-love story because, you know, I kind of had to grow up, you know, when you got tumors in your coochie.
Yeah.
You gotta grow up real fast.
Yeah.
And I'm really bad at that. So
Yeah.
and I won the Moth Story Slam on Thursday.
Congratulations.
Yes, talking about my fibroids.
So you
Wow.
won the whole thing, girl?
Yeah, well, the Story Slam. Yeah.
Wow.
That is so freaking cool.
Yeah, it was cool. I did not want to do it. I was bullied
do you
into
mean?
it by Sunny
Really?
LaPrade.
Wait, who bullied you?
Do you know Sunny LaPrade? She's a
No.
pretty
No.
big comic.
Okay. Shout out to her for
She's my little white
bullying
daughter.
you into doing that.
Yeah, no, she's a terrible person. she was like,
Fuck
no, you
that
doing
bitch.
it. You do it. Because
Okay.
she's won the Moth Story Slam and the Grand Slam.
Okay.
So she's like real professional.
She knows what
Sorry,
she's
I don't
talking
know
about.
the difference. Can you set that up real quick?
So Story Slam is the one, like this one was at the Bell House, and
Okay.
it's like they just like pick names out. You put your name down, and maybe you'll get picked, maybe you won't. And then if you win that, then you do the Grand Slam, which is now they'll call you back for the Grand
wow.
Slam. So I will.
So
have
you've
to do
advanced.
this again.
Wow.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes, I
Okay,
will have
okay.
to do this again.
I was
Wow.
like, you did it, girl.
Yeah, no, I didn't do it.
But congrats
you
to
did.
make it.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
Yeah.
So, and it'll be a while till they call me for Grand Slam, but
Okay.
and so then that one is more produced. They like have a director work
Oh,
with you
cool.
and everything, and then
Yeah.
you do that story, a different story or whatever, and then you win that top one, right?
Okay.
But and so she won both, and she was like, "Yeah, come with me, just come with me. It's cool, just come with me." And like, first of all, I didn't know you were supposed to memorize it, so I did not have it memorized until like on the train when she told me. And then she was like, and I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not putting my name in. And she was like, if you don't, I will write your name. I know all your information, bitch. And I was like, you're mean. You're a mean white lady.
I love a bully, though.
Now that's an ally.
Yeah.
That's an ally right there.
And then so
For
I
real.
did, and then like as they're calling the names, I'm relaxing. She's like, "Girl, you're not going to get picked. Don't even worry about it. Don't even trip, bitch. You good.
Wow.
And then ninth, like the second to last, they called my name.
Oh my God.
And I look at this heifer, like I'm gonna kill her.
Yeah.
And she was like,
Oh my God.
and she came over. She saw me flipping out. She came over and held my hand and was like, "Sorry, Auntie, please don't be mad at me."
my God.
And then I was like, "I'm gonna kill you, bitch."
Oh my God.
But then I won, so she's alive.
Yeah, there you go.
So
Okay.
she got to keep.
She
her,
gets to live another
But it would have
day.
been a long, quiet train ride home if I had fucked up that story. But
Wow.
yeah. So
Cool.
that's.
Congrats.
Thank you.
And so, what was the story that you won on? Was it
Yeah.
related
So
to?
the theme was, every time is a theme. So this theme was like goosebumps. So it's like spooky.
Yeah.
So I kind of compared my fibroids to like a serial killer.
Wow.
Coming to get you, because I had to try a bunch of different things to try to escape. Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Have y'all seen Scream?
Oh, of course.
Like the first Scream, like the original Scream. Like, you know how Drew Barrymore is like real chilling. She thinks she's safe, you know what I mean, in her house, even though there's a man on her phone clearly being creepy. I feel like that's how it was with my fibroids, right? Like I was living my life, but I was bleeding and in pain and shit. But I was like, it's cool. Until she really tried to kill me, and then I had to like, you know, do a whole bunch of shit, and like, you know, finally I had to yeet my uterus,
Yeah.
in order to get
Yeah.
out, in order to escape.
When did you do that?
Almost 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, almost 2 years ago, but it was a years long process
Yeah.
of like. First, I did Lupron. First, I did a hormone called Lupron, and it threw me into menopause. And that was horrible. I was getting hot flashes on stage, like doing comedy, like I'm in the middle of the joke, and then suddenly hot flash.
Did you see that video go around of that bald woman in a stadium
Oh my
with a hot
God.
flash?
The
She's having a hot
steam?
flash, and there's like literally steam coming off her head.
I
Yes.
have not seen that.
I'll send it to you. It's going around, and everyone's like, "Listen to women. This is what a hot flash is like."
Okay,
It was
because-
wild to see the visualization.
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
But that is because people tell you hot flash,
Right.
and you're like, yeah, sometimes I get hot.
Yeah.
I'll be at the beach or whatever. It is like having a fever suddenly come over you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Your whole body is like completely. It's terrifying. It's a terrifying experience. If you've ever asked why are old women so mean, it's because of that. They're going through it.
Yeah.
Okay, they're fighting demons, right? So yeah, the menopause was horrible. The sexual side effects I still haven't really recovered from.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
And then I did something called a uterine artery embolization.
Oh, and yeah.
That was the first one didn't work. And then I did a uterine artery embolization. It was so fucking painful.
Oh God.
And like I actually experienced a lot of like medical racism when I was trying to recover from it.
I'm
like
so sorry.
they refused to give me like
Pain
the
meds?
proper pain medication in the pain medication like area, because she was like, you're doing drug seeking behavior, and I'm like, yes bitch, I'm seeking the drugs because I'm in the drug place. Like, you're supposed to help me.
And your job is to give me drugs.
Your job is to give me drugs. And it wasn't like I was in so much pain until like I like threw up blood at like 3 a.m. and then finally that nurse was off shift. They got a black doctor to come in, and she was like, that's crazy that they weren't
thank God for black doctors. Like,
and I was able to get through that night. It was so
That's torture.
it was torture. It was torture.
is.
And I'm already a pussy.
Yeah.
And so like I could not take it. And even that, they didn't grow more, but they did not shrink.
yeah.
And I was like, I'm not going to let them get up in these guts and then have them grow back. Because sometimes when you do the myomectomy, they do grow back. And my shit
like chemo.
strong.
Oh.
My shits were strong and long. They were big.
Yeah.
Every time I went anywhere, they were like, bitch, your uterus is gigantic. Your uterus is huge. And I was like, let's talk a little respectfully about my uterus.
Yeah, right.
Before she jump out here, fuck
Some
people
respect
up.
on her name.
Yes. So then
And
I
she'll
got
fuck you up.
yeah, I got the hysterectomy, and that
Okay.
was scary or whatever.
Yeah.
But and then there's still stuff that I'm still dealing with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that bitch is dead, and that is the point. Okay.
Yes. Congrats to you.
Thank you. Yes,
I'm
thank
so
you.
happy for
Thank
you.
you, thank you,
That's,
thank
you know, a really common experience,
Yes.
especially for a lot of black women.
Yes.
You know, and to me, it just feels like generational racism in your body. That's like the only thing I can take away from that.
And if I can blame my mother for a moment, she also
Please.
had fibroids.
Yeah.
And she never talked about them.
Yeah.
Right? We just did not come from, like, you know, Jamaicans. They don't, you know what I mean? Although I'm saying Jamaicans, but there are Jamaicans who are very, like, open and loving and whatever. That was not my Jamaican experience. So, like, you know, like, when you, that kind of stuff, you don't talk about
Stoic
it.
or just private?
Private, particularly about things that are related to, like, your body,
Yeah.
your
Especially
Yep.
the reproductive
the
system.
reproductive system, what's going on down there. And she never talked about it, but when I was having my hysterectomy, like, I called her because I was like, I'm gonna die. And so I called her, and she told me that when she was pregnant, she's like 6 months in, she had they were like, oh, okay, there's a fibroid blocking your vaginal canal, so we're gonna have to terminate the pregnancy. And they like scheduled the termination, and she was so sad,
Oh my
right?
God.
And then she feels this horrible pain in her stomach or whatever. I apparently kicked the fibroid out of the way. It was a horrible.
I'm
for
so
her.
gagged right
But
now.
right, yeah, I kicked the fibroid out of the way, and then I was able to. Then they didn't have to terminate. Right?
This is crazy.
Yes, and so this is an ancient blood war between me and the fibroids.
Wow.
They have been trying to kill me since
Sheria.
before I was born.
Sheria, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, isn't that
That's crazy.
She never told me that. She never told me that until I'm like about to go in for my
That's
hysterectomy.
insane.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. But she had them, and she struggled with them for a long time, and like we just don't talk about these things.
Yeah.
Because it's gross.
Yeah.
But
And
we
immigrant
have
parents
to.
don't talk about shit.
That's right.
You know, they're like, let me keep all my trauma to myself, and y'all figure out on your own.
Exactly. Until it explodes in a fight at Christmas. And
Yeah.
you're like, what? What? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but like we have to talk about
We have
these
to.
things.
And thank you for sharing with us. Seriously, I'm
Yes.
sure many of our buffoons, you know, will really relate to
Yes,
that.
thank you. Yes, I
Yeah.
hope nobody was eating meatballs, but but yeah, like I'll be talking about them.
Yeah.
You got to.
You
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to.
Yeah, you got to.
Congratulations to the Liberty.
Woo! Woo!
History was made.
Yes.
I'm so happy.
We needed that.
Yeah.
I needed
Desperately.
that bad.
No, the lesbians needed a win.
New York lesbians rise up.
Yeah.
New York lesbians are up.
Yes.
We're winning.
Yes.
right
And
now.
it also, the whole series was just so dramatic.
Yeah.
It really was.
2 overtimes.
This is
2?
why basketball is the best sport.
I have never been into any sport.
Same,
Really?
until women's basketball.
And even that, I was like, meh.
Right.
And then you have to go to
Yes.
the game.
You have to be in Barclays.
You have to be in Barclays. You got to see, first of all, yes, I'm shallow. A lot of them are fine.
Yeah.
And a lot of
So
the
hot.
fans
Yeah.
are fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's something about being around a bunch of sexy people
Yep.
that really makes you go, I'm interested.
I'm into
I'm
this.
into this. Yeah, sure, I'll figure out what's going on. You know?
I always say too, like going to Barclays to a Liberty game, the audience is mostly like lesbian and families.
Yes.
I'm like, it's
There are a
so
lot of families
wholesome.
there.
Yes.
It's really
What
wholesome.
other sports environment could you go to? It also, it's very Brooklyn. The whole experience is so Brooklyn. Like Ellie the Elephant, Brooklyn born and raised.
Brooklyn down.
Yes.
Shout out to fucking my girl, Ellie the fucking Elephant.
She did it.
She every fucking time.
Every
Even
time.
before I was into the games, I was
Yeah.
into Ellie.
Yeah.
Because I would see her doing
She's
the dances.
iconic.
She's
She's
so
so
iconic.
iconic.
She's an incredible dancer.
Yes. Do you think it's multiple? I think it's multiple people.
I don't
Really?
think so. I think it's I've had inside information that it's a black gay man.
I knew it.
But it's giving black gay man.
It
I thought it
absolutely
a
was
doll.
down.
I thought it was a girl.
I can see that, but I feel like it's giving just, cunty black gay man.
Yeah.
I think I don't know about whether or not it's more than one person. I think it's one person because the energy is always 100.
yeah, but that's why I don't think it's one person, because I don't think one person can do all those
I
things.
feel like
every
they
night.
have slightly different dancing styles too.
You think so?
I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like it could just be the same person on a high energy versus low energy
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
But I definitely do
There's some
notice.
discrepancies.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think anybody could survive doing that level of work for multiple games all the time and then
That's
appearances
true.
and stuff. I think it has to be 2 to 4 different people who are all training the same, who are all learning
Right.
the same
Some
style.
professionals being the
Yes,
same.
Yes, that's what I think.
Because it's on top of dancing at all the basketball shows, doing press,
Yes.
they're performing with Sierra.
Yes.
It's like every other Barclays performer is pulling out Ellie,
Yes.
as they should.
Yes. No, she's everywhere.
She is.
She's
She is.
everywhere.
I can't even name another mascot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's changed the game. They changed the Chicago Sky mascot to someone to like, and now she's like a little lioness. Her name is Sky, and she's
Why do they have like concepts as team names? Like a Scott? What?
I don't know. We're the Liberty.
I don't get
There's
it.
also a game. There's also a team called the Gamecocks.
Oh, Kansas, right? Kansas City?
In the W.
Yeah.
Oh, Gamecocks.
The Gamecocks.
What is that?
It's like where when you hunt and then you got like a bird or whatever.
Okay.
And then you hunting for a bird. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm from Bedside. I don't really know
Right,
that shit.
right. I don't know about
but
that.
it's something like that. It's something like that.
South Carolina football. Is this a WNBA team?
Oh, are they not a WNBA team?
Maybe.
They are.
I don't know.
I love the name Liberty. First of all, being from New York, I'm like, yeah, freedom. Getting into the Liberty team made me appreciate the Statue of Liberty. I'm obsessed with the Statue of Liberty right now.
Yeah.
I have like
That's
a
so
little
funny.
Statue of Liberty keychain.
Wow.
I'm like about to get a Statue of Liberty tattoo. Like that's how I feel.
You're so late to
Wow.
this game. She been there.
I know.
She been there for a minute.
I know.
last year at work, I was the Statue of Liberty for Halloween, and what I did was I bought like 9 yards of mint green fabric, and I wrapped a sari. And I was like, yeah, I look like her. I wore the like, like styrofoam or whatever foam, like crown.
Foam Nation.
Yeah. And I was, in court.
Not to bring up a white lesbian in this melanated room,
That's okay.
but like I loved that show. I'm not one of those like big
Right.
Chappell Roan fans. She's great.
Yeah.
I have nothing against her.
but
her Statue of Liberty and then
Yeah,
the speech,
that was
and
incredible.
the poem and everything.
Beautiful.
I was like, okay,
Chef's
bitch.
kiss. Yep.
Okay, bitch. I
Yeah, she
see
could do
you.
it.
That was the first time I was like, okay, I get it. 'Cause I didn't
Yeah.
get the rabid fanatical obsession with her.
I
was
like her
never-
music. I think it's fun.
It's great. It's cute pop music, but I
Yeah.
grew up on pop music, so I'm not like as impressed as the rest of these like 20-year-old white lesbians.
And you're familiar with K-pop, which is like a
Exactly.
whole other
Oh, yeah.
industry.
Yes, exactly. Like
Yeah.
they dance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It takes a lot to impress me.
Yeah.
You kind of have to give up your whole childhood
Right.
to impress me.
Exactly.
But so like I was like, yeah, she made cute pop songs, whatever.
Yeah.
That got me. That got me.
She
I was
did
like,
it.
okay, bitch.
Right.
You what's up?
I know. And she looked good.
She looked incredible.
as the Statue of Liberty. I was like,
So
okay,
good.
girl.
Yes. Yes.
But I love the Liberty. It was so fun. I also feel like, so it was so close. Did you watch the final game?
Yes.
It was so close. There was a moment where it was like 60 to 60, 3 seconds left. Something like that. There was a moment where Muna was like, fuck it, I give up. We were watching it together. Muna left the room.
There was 5
y'all
seconds
weren't there?
left.
Y'all weren't
No,
at the
we were.
finals?
I got group rate ticket offer, but it was $95. I didn't know if I can get 10 people on for $95 in time. I didn't want to do the work.
Expensive
I couldn't.
now.
Honestly, I would have.
I know.
I shouldn't.
I would have.
But I would have.
But imagine being in Barclays.
Yes, during that moment.
When the Liberty won their first ever championship,
Yes.
and it was so close.
Yes.
We were watching from home, and we made an altar. We had all 4 elements represented. We did some prayers. We manifested it. I was like, okay, we chanted, the Liberty will win tonight a couple times. And then we chant, you know how you're supposed to manifest in past tense?
Yes.
You're supposed to act like it already happened. I said, I made everyone chant, the Liberty won tonight.
That's right.
And then it was so close. Muna left the room, was like, they lost this game. I was like, Muna,
5
come back.
seconds
I was like,
left
Muna, come
and they
back.
were down.
We gotta believe. And I convinced Muna to come back. And I was like, just believe for me. Just believe in that they're gonna win. I know. And Muna was like, okay. And then they won.
Yeah.
Thank you, Muna.
You're welcome.
Honestly.
You were being really selfish, though.
You're welcome. Honestly.
You left the room. You were
Yeah.
being really selfish. Thank you for coming back, though.
I
Or else
came
this would have
back.
been a really bummer fucking night.
I came back. I know. I was really vulnerable and humble before God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look what
And look
you
what
got.
Look what I got
as a
in
result. You
return.
look what you were rewarded with.
I bet there were a bunch of fucking lesbians making altars.
100%. And that's why we won. And that's why we brought it
woo
home.
woo was
Collective
strong.
manifestation.
The magic of New York lesbians
Period.
combined with the talent of the New York Liberty.
That's right.
Equals historic WNBA championship for the New York Liberty.
Yes.
Like I
Yes.
have no doubt about that.
Yes.
100%. It was beautiful.
It was
was.
beautiful.
So I'm
was
just saying,
beautiful.
think about magic. Think about that sometimes.
I did. I was really, and you know what? I have always rooted for the Liberty, and I'm so glad that the Liberty won because the studs would have been so mad. The energy would have been off.
Stink.
All the you would have heard the stomping of Tim's down the street.
Backpacks thrown in
Just
the air.
backpacks just bound.
Bouncing up from the
Bouncing up,
silicone
yeah.
in.
At the same time, all at the same time.
Damn.
Yeah, we couldn't have that. We couldn't handle that. It would have been an earthquake.
Locks askew.
Yeah,
Locks askew.
That's
No,
so
thank
funny.
God. Thank God.
Yes, thank the Lord.
I want to talk about who your favorite W players are. I will say some of the finest players I've seen are on the Atlanta Dream. Listen, 10s across the board. You seen them play?
Dream, and also, I'm sorry, a lot of the fine ones are not on the Liberty.
That's okay. That happens.
sorry.
Listen, we can't have it all. I love me some JJ, and I'm so proud
I
of her.
think Sid is my favorite.
Same. Wait, I was about to say same. Are you serious? I'm not even joking, a crush on her.
I think she's just so fucking funny.
So funny.
She sends me every time.
Me too. Oh my God, I'm dead. We are so twinning.
I know.
That's
I
so
know.
funny.
That's why we have a podcast together.
Okay, mine, I'm sorry, she's from the Lynx.
It's
Courtney
okay.
Williams.
Damn.
Courtney Williams. Listen.
Courtney Williams.
Listen. That was the first game. Was Courtney Williams' game.
She's hot.
She's so goddamn hot.
I know.
Yeah.
She's like 22 though, so
Shut up, no.
Something like
wait,
that.
Really?
A
She's
lot.
30 years old.
No, wait.
Don't get me.
my bad.
you trying
ate
to.
her
Courtney
down
Williams?
so bad.
Someone told me she was young, and I was like, okay.
Well, the
Because
internet
they
said she
wanted
was
her
wrong.
for themselves.
Damn, for real.
Yes, that's
For real.
right.
Okay,
No.
you know what?
She is age appropriate for me
We can
to salivate
continue
over.
lusting over Courtney Williams. When she got that shot in,
Can her woman fight?
right.
Exactly. I follow her on Instagram.
With her
I'm just
dad in the
waiting.
stadium. It was so epic. Like she tried to make that 3-pointer. She lost. They just ran the ball back to her.
Yep.
They ran it back. They
That's
were
right.
like, here you go.
Because they know who do it.
Exactly.
And they know who people are watching.
Exactly.
Because she's hot. Yeah.
I'm so happy for her. And I feel like the other thing is, even though obviously I love the Liberty, I want them to win so badly. At the end of the day, a woman winning, I root for everybody. I actually root for everybody.
Truly.
That's such
woman
a gay way to
won?
watch sports.
I know.
As long as a woman wins.
I'm happy.
I'm happy.
I don't even boo. I actually don't even boo when we go to those games. And I'm loud as hell. I'll make every other noise possible. I do not boo at the games.
Boo.
Yeah.
I
I
boo
don't
bad.
boo. I make an exasperated sigh that,
Come on. Like,
reverberates through the
I
stadium.
love booing. It's
love
like
to boo?
it's like
It
a
is
healthy
fun.
way to get out your negativity.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's expected in that space.
yeah, that's true.
Boo.
That's true.
Yes.
See? I'm good at it.
Yeah. We could
I
boo
do
some
be feeling
Bufu
bad
things.
though sometimes when everybody's booing and the other team wins, when the other team gets a
Yeah,
shot and
I
everybody
know.
boos. It's so funny because I'm like, all right, we're being mean. Guys.
Exactly.
We're bullying.
But this is like sanctioned bullying.
Yes,
Yes, exactly.
sanctioned bullying.
It's all right. The announcer told me to boo.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? They said make some noise. We all know what the noise they wanted us to make.
So funny.
Yes. Okay, so I have to say it was the magic that brought feel like it was the magic that brought the win home for us. It was so close. We believed in them. We brought it home. I kind of feel the same way about the E word, the elections. Can I tell you?
Not the E word.
So I did a tarot reading about whether or not Kamala would win. Resounding
famous last
yes.
words.
Okay.
Resounding yes.
Famous last words.
I know. I was about to say.
Muna.
I'm so negative. I'm sorry.
No. Because
I'm on my
You said
negative
famous
shit.
last
No.
word? What did I
Okay.
just say?
But I was there for Hillary.
I know.
And my hope is that she is not milk chocolate Hillary. And my because she does have that.
More like cafe au lait.
Cafe au lait. Cafe au lait. Yeah. Just
But
real light and sweet.
I hear you on that. I just feel like let's just believe. You know what I mean? Why not?
This is our fight song. I don't know. Let's just believe.
The way
Let's
we
just believe.
believed, the way
it
we
worked
believed
for the liberty.
For the liberty,
Let's just.
Yeah.
We got a couple days.
Yes,
Let's
we
just.
got a couple days.
Let's just act like she won.
it just has to happen is the thing. It just
Yeah.
has to happen. It's worse than with the Hillary thing because we know
We know.
the consequences.
Exactly. And like obviously if she doesn't win, we'll deal with it. We'll get back up. We'll figure it out. But until we don't know, let's believe.
Okay, I love you. You're so sweet. That's
You're
so
so
lovely.
positive.
You're so positive and
Please,
lovely.
well, do it for me.
I
Do
will.
it for me, you guys.
For you.
I will.
For you.
For real.
You're the only person in the world.
Yes.
I would do that for.
Thank
Yes.
you for saying that.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Because it would be real with you. I don't really like her that much. But like,
no, me.
I'm sorry. I
you
really
think,
like her.
You think we like her?
I know. But she has to win.
We don't like her,
We do
and
not
she
like her,
has
but
to
she
win.
has to win.
She's
I
a cop and a
know.
clown, and she has to win.
I know.
And that's simply facts.
I was doing some Kamala jokes, and I had to stop the closer to the election because
It's fu-
people
yeah.
are
They're
fucking
on one.
upset. People,
Yep.
I had white women yell at me
At you?
about my head. And then my joke is not don't vote for Kamala.
Right. Nobody
That's
said that.
not the joke. The joke is that your excitement worries me.
Exactly.
Like
Right,
the
right.
standum
Exactly.
worries me. K-Hive worries me.
Exactly.
We shouldn't be standing any.
Hotties for Harris.
That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to me. Especially like I feel like a lot of people aren't listening to the words that she says or the people that she aligns herself
Yep.
with. And like they're just like, look at this black woman. They're just watching her
Right.
silk press move back and forth
Yep.
going, oh wow, freedom.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's like, listen to her.
Listen to her.
And
She's telling you the truth. She's telling you who she is.
And the reason why we have to vote for Kamala is because we need to organize under Kamala.
Exactly.
We need to organize against her policies.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. She wants to frack. She wants to kill.
Yeah.
She wants to arm fucking genocide. You know,
Exactly.
What do you want me to do? Like, I'm, you know, like even on things like people like trans people. I'm like, did y'all watch her on Fox News?
Right.
Because she was,
That
they
was
were
crazy.
like, what about trans? And she was like, I follow the law. Whatever y'all say, I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? You know.
I follow the law, girl.
Bitch, you want to be the president.
That's crazy.
Like, the laws are the problem.
Right.
The laws
always have been.
are restricting the freedoms.
But spoken like a true DA. She's gonna follow the law.
Absolutely. Spoken
She
like a
loves
DA.
the law.
She loves the law. She wants to make the U.S. military the most lethal fighting force in the world. What about that is progressive?
Right.
Like, let's all get real. But I also understand that the fear comes from living through the Trump. I wasn't here for Trump.
Oh, you weren't?
I was in Asia.
Oh.
I was when Trump got elected. I had a return ticket that I did not take.
Oh,
Yep.
I respect that.
I mean, I had a full-on panic attack, and I was like, I can't go.
Yeah.
But when Trump got elected, I was on a beach chilling. I was like, not chilling. I was having a full-on anxiety
Hard to
attack.
chill.
Yes. And I'm surrounded by like white hippies who were like, it's all a circus. And I'm like,
Oh my God. You don't have the same consequences I do.
exactly. You have a trust fund.
Anyone
Yeah.
who said that to me when Trump was elected, you could fuck right off, actually.
And it's like, I don't want to argue with my yoga teacher. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
yeah.
Look what happened. Look what happened. We lost abortion.
Yes.
We fucking lost abortion as a federally protected right.
The way people were like, that's not going to happen.
Right.
Don't worry about it. It's not going to happen.
Wake up, girl.
It happened.
It literally happened.
It happened, mama.
And we have more to lose then. So vote for Kamala down the Working Families Party line.
Yes.
If you are in New York City.
Yes.
Straight down that line.
Yes.
Also, we want to tell our buffoons about the propositions.
Yes, that's true.
Speaking of abortion, vote yes on Prop 1 to protect abortion in New York. Mm-hmm. And yes, that's real. They're coming for it everywhere. People, these fucking conservatives have like a 50-year plan. Yes. The minute Roe versus Wade happened, they came up with a plan to overturn it.
1973, they started plotting.
Exactly. There is like a cabal of like the Heritage Foundation and the ADF and all these other like conservative think tanks and like all and lobby groups. They have been plotting and conspiring to not just they literally want to take over. They want to have full control over every facet of American life, legal, educational, like they want the media, they want every single facet of American life to be imbued with the politics of Christian nationalism. Yeah. That's fucking terrifying. And what are we doing? What are we doing? Nothing.
Throwing our silk presses around.
That's right.
And the other thing is they also want poor people to stay oppressed. Like we want all these poor people to have babies they can't afford.
Yes.
And we're not going to give them any social services to support this family. We want to crush them under capitalism so we can exploit.
That is a surplus population from which to extract value while keeping them down in a certain economic strata.
Yeah.
And also, I'm sorry.
It's money.
Who is going to work the Amazon warehouse jobs if it's not these uncared for babies? Who is going to fill the prisons and do our prison labor? It's not they kids.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There's if you are familiar with Freakonomics, the like popular book that came. I love economics. I've studied economics. I don't know how much I necessarily believe this theory, but there is a theory linking the drop in crime nationally to abortion being instated, protected.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's why they love that was never a conservative position.
Yep.
And then it became the conservative position. I'm also a conspiracy theorist. I'll be wearing my tinfoil bonnet for whatever reason. I am my father's child.
Okay.
And so I believe, I'm like, hey, come to get, you know. So like, I do believe also the trans issue, particularly the trans children issue, is an issue of, it's also like an economic policy a little bit. It's a bit of a labor policy. Because when they're talking about protecting children's rights, they're never talking about like not having children in the Purdue farm slaughtering chickens.
Right.
They don't give a fuck.
Get those kids to work.
That's right. And a lot of it is about...
a 12-year-old on the night shift? Come on now.
That's fine. But a 12-year-old on HRT? Absolutely not.
No.
Right? And it's because the idea of gender and personhood and identity, it goes against the belief that our purpose is to serve the purpose of labor.
Yeah.
Right? So like if you are allowed to believe in your own gender expression, then what use are you as a cog in the machine?
Yeah.
Right?
You are liberated.
You are liberated.
Yeah.
And that's not
Can't
gonna
have
have
that.
it. That's right.
Yeah.
So like that's my ookie
100%. No, I feel you on that. It kind of reminds me also, I remember when we were studying abortion in law school, like in constitutional law.
You're so smart.
It's interesting because it's like, first of all, law is bullshit. These legal opinions by the Supreme Court judges about the laws, they're bullshit. Yes. You know what I mean? Like there was even an argument that was made to not allow like a young, maybe like say a 12-year-old, I don't know exactly how old she was, but like a young girl, 12 years old, to decide to have an abortion because she was too young to decide that. But she's old enough to be a mother.
That's right.
She's old enough to actually raise this child.
Yes.
But she's too young to decide not to have this child.
Yes.
Make that make sense. They just say whatever. I honestly, you read Supreme Court judges' opinions, they really just say what the fuck they want.
Yes. This is the thing. We often try to argue with like conservatives, especially conservatives in power.
Yeah.
By being like the facts and the law. They don't give a fuck.
Nope.
They don't mean any of the things they say.
Laws were written by white supremacists.
Thank you.
To protect them and their property.
Exactly. So if they can, move and manipulate the law in a way that will get them the things that they want,
Yeah.
then they're gonna do it. You know, and it's so frustrating to watch people kind of like
Rationality in the law, I think,
Yep.
is a complete like fiction.
It is.
And it's interesting, especially the way people talk about trans folks and trans children, saying that they're too young to make a choice about their own bodies, as in, hormone blockers or HRT. That's a choice that they're not in a position to make. However, going through puberty is also a choice. And you're saying they are in a position to make that choice.
Yeah.
So they're in a position to make the choice of staying the course, but not to stop.
Yes, because the constructs of gender serve a labor purpose.
Yeah.
They serve a purpose.
I love this labor breakdown from you, honestly.
This is the shit that I be thinking of
Yeah.
at 3 a.m. smoking weed instead
right.
of like
You're
going
right.
to sleep.
You're right. It really especially in our hyper-capitalist society, it really comes down to labor.
Yes.
So I think definitely that is a yes on Prop 1 and
Hell yes.
a hard no on Props 2 through 6.
Yes. Mayor Adams trying to vie for power, make it easier for police to do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah.
And
Across city
et cetera.
government.
Yeah.
I can't believe he went to Turkey all those times and didn't get hair plugs or BBL. We would have a whole different conversation if he had a fat ass.
Yeah.
Could you
I would
imagine?
forgive him.
I would be like, that's
I'd be
my
like,
mayor.
You know what? That's my mayor.
Yeah.
Look at
And
that.
I'll
Throw
stand
it back. Throw it back. Throw it back.
My mayor is black, y'all.
Look at my mayor is sticky icky and a head full of hair. Imagine him in a 40-inch bust down with a fat ass.
That
Boom.
would be a good costume.
Yes, I would actually. You know what? I'm changing my position.
I hate gay Halloween. What do you mean you're Eric Adams if he went to Turkey and actually got hair plugs and a BBL?
Fuck, that would have been a good costume.
That was we recently passed Halloween. Happy
yes.
Halloween
Happy
to
Halloween.
all the homos who celebrate gay Christmas,
Gay Christmas,
as we call it.
That's right.
But yeah, we had a fun Halloween. What were you up to?
Well, okay, so Halloween for comedians usually is not like
Oh,
super
okay.
fun,
Yeah.
right? So I had a show, and the show was so much fun.
Okay, good.
And like all the comics on the show were so dope.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, because you know how they have those comedy parties every so. And last year, I feel like the party at the Stand was like pretty fun, but also I was very drunk.
Okay.
So you know what I mean? Like, so I was like, let's do that again.
Yeah.
Right. So I went to so I was dressed up as Morticia Adams.
Oh,
Nice.
sexy.
And I wore like a wig. You see me, I'm like kind of a standard chapstick lesbian.
Yeah.
So like I don't really go
Your makeup
full
looks great.
femme.
Don't say that.
Yeah,
Buffoons.
they
Let it
speak.
be known to the buffoons.
That's right.
Thank you. I learned one soft glam beat on
Okay.
YouTube in 2013, and I have not done anything
Wow.
different since.
And
Hey
you've been
man,
eating
if
ever
it works,
since.
it
Thank
works.
you. It works.
Yeah.
But for
Okay.
Halloween, I wanted to do full femme, so I got
Yeah,
lashes. I did little
cute.
press on nails or
Okay.
whatever. I did the wig or whatever. Being femme is so much work.
Yeah, it is.
Y'all,
Yeah.
if the femmes, like the high femmes out there, I just want to say thank you for your service.
Yes, salute.
I salute you because
Truly.
that was some bullshit. I was very uncomfortable the whole night. And
Beauty is pain, as
Beauty
is famously said.
is pain. I was not feeling that. But anyway, so like, and then we went to the Stand or whatever, and I was just like, you ever been to a comedy party and you're like, I'm trying so hard to have fun, and actually, you people are a lot. Like I
feel
love
you.
like 4 of you,
Yeah.
and I am surrounded by you. But like, you
Yeah.
know how comics are. It is what it
Yeah.
is.
Is it like networking, even though it's a party?
You know what it is too? It's like it's not just any queer party. It's particularly like the straight comedy scene. It is like networking, but networking with people who are so up their own asses. It's like
That's the worst kind.
impossible.
Like
It's the
networking is
worst.
already
bullshit.
bullshit, but
And also, I'm not getting paid for this. This is
Right.
not on the company dime. We're
Right.
not at you know what I mean? I gotta pay for these drinks. I bet $46 on 2 drinks. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's not whatever.
Yeah.
It's, and straight comics especially, I was wearing like a wig or whatever and like all this makeup, and so people didn't recognize me.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'd be with someone,
Yeah.
and they'd say hi to the person that I'm with, and then they
not to you.
and not to me, and I'm like hi, and they're
like,
like
I'm here.
and they're like, and then I'm like, it's Sheria, and they're like, oh, I didn't recognize you,
Even
and
if
it's like,
you didn't recognize me.
but you did recognize I was a human being,
Right, exactly.
Right? That I
And I'm
was-
sure you look sexy
Clock
as
it.
fuck, so I don't even know why they wouldn't even say hi to you.
Thank you.
That's fucked up.
Thank you.
Maybe you were too hot.
That's what it was.
To be honest,
intimidating.
They were like, "Oh my God, Morticia Adams is here. I don't know what to say to her."
No, I did look like a butch queen first time at a ball, so it was. It wasn't. Oh, that
Butch queens first time in drag.
You do,
right?
Yeah.
So
You say hi.
Say hi.
Yeah,
People have done that to me too. Where
fuck?
it's like they didn't know who I was, but once they found out who I was or who I was with,
Wow.
or who I knew, right? It's like, oh, like the meme.
Oh. yes, and it's like I'm like that's why I don't like when comics are like,
I'm too old.
Comics and civilians or whatever. No,
Civilians?
You're a civilian, okay?
Good Lord.
Talking about
Yeah.
we're the new philosophers. I think it's some of that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
And it's like, you tell dick jokes. Let's all calm down, right? It's like,
Bring it down.
yeah,
I feel
whatever.
you. We had fun. Not to rub that in your face.
Well, fuck y'all. What y'all do?
You should be with us next time.
Yes, I know.
There's a party that my friend throws called Chaotica, which I always try to make every single one. She's my favorite DJ,
DJ
Ushka. Someone was calling it a global sound, describing the party. And DJ Rio Bamba, also amazing. And then they have like a guest DJ.
Rio
featured.
Bamba scared the shit out of me.
Oh my God. She was in like, they were both dressed like Reapers, but Thanu, you could see that it was, Ushka, you could see that it was her. And
you could see their face.
right. And Rio Bamba was in like a full like covered face mask with like glowing red eyes.
Oh no.
And she was walking around the party and nobody even knew who she was until she got up to the DJ booth and started spinning. Like, it was like, oh, it's her. Like,
oh, that's her. That's why I'm throwing my ass.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. This is the thing. I don't like to be scared too.
me too. No, I'm a big scary.
And
I love to be scared.
You love to be
Oh,
scared.
yes. Oh, yes.
Boo.
She's like,
You love that. You like
I just came. Wow.
we had a fun time. Our costume, seasoned buffoons will remember Muna's tweet.
Right. They got me in big trouble.
What?
Almost.
Almost.
What?
Oh, I had a tweet that said Kamala is a cop and a clown. And then my boss saw it and I got...
Do you work for the Democratic Party?
No, she was gonna be on the show. So
Kamala was back in 2020 going to be interviewed on the show that Muna was writing on, and her staff like looked up Muna's tweets and was like trying to get Muna in trouble for it. And luckily Muna's bosses were like, we're comedians.
Yeah, like, what? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I know.
That's scary to me.
And also the tweet is so mild.
Fucking
That
cop
is so
behavior.
mild.
Am I
Exactly.
right? Like,
Yes.
come on, J. Edgar
Real
Hoover.
cop of her.
Yes. I'm sorry. Yes.
So me and Muna were both
That's
Kamala,
why.
and I was Kamala as a clown.
And I was Kamala as a cop.
And it actually was hilarious. And then my partner, who is so amazing and hilarious, dressed up like a coconut tree very last minute. It was like the punchline to our setup.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
perfect.
Yeah. It was so
that's so
funny.
cute. It
was so
she
fun.
threw it. I'll show you a picture later. She threw it together in like 20. You saw it, yeah.
I saw the pictures,
Right?
But I didn't make the connection. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm barely functioning.
Yeah.
But yes.
Right.
Wow.
It was
Two
fun.
Kamalas, yeah.
And it also, so we were on some drugs and it just was so funny to me to be Kamala, And like, it's one of those things like people see it and then they're like, oh, it's like, it's sensitive,
Yeah.
Like people are having reactions.
It's touchy.
The way, particularly, and look, I love my white women. I have
ladies.
white women. I have friends who are white women. Okay, I'm not trying to be a reverse racist. I mean, I am, but I'm trying not to be.
Right.
White women ride so fucking hard for this bitch. It's absolutely
wild.
insane. And then when they see women of color, not riding hard for her or criticizing her, they lose their fucking minds.
Crack the whip.
Because also to be a fan of Kamala to them is like, I'm not racist. I love Kamala.
Ooh.
I'm, what's it called? Fundraising for Kamala. How much did white women raise? Remember on that call?
$1
like
billion.
Yes. In one Zoom call. Right. She didn't even take one titty out. That's crazy.
They were making it rain on her. She is texting me for money like every other day,
All
though.
the time. I'm like, it's her, my cousin, my mama. I can't. Everybody need money from me.
Blocked.
All the Jamaicans.
All the Jamaicans are asking me for money. It's crazy.
It also is so funny to me to be Tamil, to be. Also, I had this wig. I was like, why do I look like Kamala? Like,
I was just about to say, I thought you were gonna say like being dressed like her and then looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
It was like becoming the monster.
but having the clown makeup just made it such a funny. It was hilarious for me. I was like, so you can look at me and know how I feel.
Yes.
I'm gonna vote for her. But she is a cop and a clown.
Yes. I don't understand why we can't. It's so scary. That story is scary to me of your job being like, you said something about a politician.
Yeah.
That's terrifying to me.
It was a late night show. My entire job is to say funny things about politicians.
It's so scary to me.
It is.
Because what I like, okay, so I got into so many arguments with like my progressive left friends who were like, don't vote because, you know, it'll be harder to organize under Kamala. And I was like, that's
so ignorant.
dumb.
Yeah.
But now I see their point is that the fear is that we won't be able to criticize her. Is that and that's what she wants. She wants her followers to be maniacal and
like a hive.
Like Donald Trump's followers. That's why she's trying to court the Republicans. Because she wants people.
I own a gun. There's a gun I keep in my house.
Bitch, I keep that blicky on me, nigga. Like that's what it is. Like what? There was just a school shooting, right? You saying gra? You saying like what? I can't. Like and the fracking and the like, bitch, I can't. We have to be able to have some nuance and some critical thought. Yeah. And we can't let white women kind of subsume our identity. Like they want her to be, okay, we really gonna get canceled. But they want her to be like Lizzo, their mascot. They want her to be their mascot.
Yep.
Her existence proves that I am not racist.
Yeah.
That we live in a free country. That all this shit that these black bitches are talking about, that my maid actually loves me. You know what I mean? Like it's all the things.
Sharia.
Yes.
You fucking talking right now.
Right?
Yep.
They go come get me. There's gonna be a red dot, right? A little razor.
White women, if you are
laser
listening,
red dot right.
White women, you better listen up. And just listen, okay?
They're
don't say anything.
They're not listening.
Just shut up and listen.
They're absolutely not listening.
I don't know. I think we have some white women buffoons.
We do.
We do. And they'll understand us.
There are some white women, but those white women need to talk to their aunties.
That's true. That's true.
It's mostly middle-aged white women.
Go get them.
It's mostly like older
I don't know.
Y'all seen those TikToks that are like me on the way to the polls to presumably vote for Kamala in order to cancel out my man's vote?
You sleeping with the enemy, bitch.
Yeah.
How about that?
How about
you
leave
cooking
him?
meals
From inside the house.
Leave him.
Cooking meals.
You cooking
You
meals.
are raising that man.
That's right.
First of all.
That's right. You are raising little incels and little like fucking neo-Nazis and then being like, I'm canceling. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You're not canceling shit.
If you were real about it, you would poison your husband and your kid.
Kill your husband is what I'm saying. I think that's a reasonable.
Okay, maybe don't. Maybe
it's a very reasonable.
Let
demand.
me take one thing back. You don't have to kill your kid, but you have to try very hard and turn them the right way.
That's right.
And then if that doesn't happen, I don't know. We'll talk later.
That's right. Listen, I don't know what you got to do, but I used to be a big Backstreet Boys fan.
Okay.
And when my father found those posters, he made me watch Roots for hours.
He really did?
Yes, he really did.
That's so
he was
funny.
Like,
of your
and you got
dad.
them on your wall?
Wow.
He tried to deprogram me.
Wow.
And it did not work until too late. And I was like, damn, you know, then the Nick Carter documentary came out and everything. And I was like, damn, he was right.
Oh my God.
And
okay.
Make your kid watch Roots.
Shout out to your dad for that. All white children should watch Roots.
White children. Yes.
I mean,
why you put it on Bluey? Put on Roots.
Put on Roots. Coco Melon, I don't think so.
You don't deserve no cocoa.
But I mean, on a more serious note, it is really concerning that the editorial boards of the LA Times and the Washington Post straight up were not able to endorse Kamala because their billionaire owners are afraid of blowback from a presumptive Trump presidency. And there have been like a number of resignations of like different journalists on the editorial board about this, but it's not just that we can't criticize Kamala, it's like we can't speak.
Yeah.
That is so scary. Like you can't speak. These are Jeff Bezos is a billionaire. Like I don't know, democracy dies in darkness. Bro, I think it's dead.
I mean, that's why newspapers shouldn't be owned by
By
billionaires.
billionaires?
Yeah, that's just
Step one.
No, that shouldn't be.
Crazy idea, guys.
Yeah, that just shouldn't be. Maybe that's not working.
Did we ever have true democracy in this country?
No.
When it has been an effort to, I mean, it continues to be an effort to suppress the black vote, suppress all minority votes.
Voter suppression is crazy.
Crazy.
They burning
And continuing.
the shits. They burning ballots.
Stop
and
the
shit.
count.
Yes.
Stop
Wait,
the
I
count.
saw that in Washington State, right?
They burning the ballots.
Unbelievable. I mean,
scary.
that's terrorism.
And that's why I'm like, what do
Yeah.
you mean don't vote?
Terrorism.
Because if they're burning ballots,
Yep.
then clearly they want to
Exactly.
make it already. They've already made it so hard for your vote to count.
Exactly.
Vote.
Exactly.
Like vote. You just have to. I like whatever. Let me not go on this rant.
I
but
know.
yes.
Let's do it. Back to Halloween.
Okay, shit.
Let's talk about some costumes.
Okay.
So, I saw. Let's see. Well, let's play some Bufu or Boo Boo.
Okay.
With some Halloween costumes.
Okay.
I saw one that was very Bufu.
Okay.
Shout out to them. Rowan Blanchard.
I know what you're going to say.
Rowan Blanchard and Amanda Stenberg
Tour.
were Lady Gaga and Beyonce from Telephone.
Wait. Okay, I didn't see this.
Yeah,
It's
it was actually good. I'll send it to
Rowan
you.
was Gaga with the cigarette
Yes.
glasses.
Yes.
The Diet Coke cans in the
I love
hair.
it.
So good.
It's like a perfect way to pay tribute to your elders. You know what I mean? Like the kids are. That made me think the kids are all right.
I
They
love
know the
that.
scripture.
I
Like,
love
They know
that.
they
You know?
studied the ancient text.
Yes.
That's definitely a
That's
Bufu.
great.
Yeah. Any Boo Boo costumes?
Boo Boo, like the bad one.
The bad ones.
Did y'all see the like the white teenagers that like dressed up as Diddy and the other dressed up as a bottle of Johnson and Johnson's, and the one dressed as Diddy wasn't even really dressed as Diddy, he was just in blackface. He was in blackface with like a suit and a red bow tie. Like you've never seen Diddy wear that.
God.
You're just doing minstrelsy.
Oh my God.
Yep. Kids, young
Oh,
people.
your life's over.
Yeah, I know. There was
Really,
a tweet before Halloween that said somewhere some white people are planning a costume that's going to ruin their fucking future. And then he was like, "Hold my beer."
Yeah.
and showed up like that. It's crazy.
Where were they? Do you know? I always am so geographically curious about these things. Like
Me too.
You know,
we can look it up real
look
quick.
it up.
yeah, that's a bad one. That's Boo Boo.
That's Boo Boo.
Real boo boo.
Don't do that, guys.
But I liked the ET costume that
Janelle
Janelle
Monáe.
Monáe
I fucking
did.
love. She's the queen of Halloween.
Did Heidi
to me.
Klum also do?
She also did ET.
I don't like Heidi
Dueling
Klum
ETs.
ever since she did Kali. You know what I mean?
Oh, the
even though
goddess?
She did Kali?
Yeah, a few years back, she did like a full Kali. And even though, so here's the thing. I want to explain something about Hinduism.
Okay.
In Hinduism, we believe that God is in the image of God. You know, so for that reason, you shouldn't get a Hindu god tattooed on you. You know what I mean? Like it's disrespectful, especially if you're not fucking Hindu. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I will also say we also have a lot of opportunities where people dress up like gods. You know, like that's part of
Yes.
culture too.
Yeah.
Like they'll have like Krishna contests where like they dress kids up like Krishna and compete. A lot of like maybe Bharatanatyam performances, like classical Indian performances, will be telling the story of gods, and so they'll dress up like that. So I understand that happens also. But let me just say this. White people stop dressing up like Hindu gods. Yes! Can I just say that? As a hard rule, if you're thinking about it, don't. If I do it, that's up to me.
Yeah.
And I have.
Yeah.
But, you know.
But that's her
But,
culture.
but yeah, A, it's your culture.
Yeah.
B, there are specific instances when you are allowed. Oh, you just.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
yes. There are specific instances where you're allowed. You're a white woman, and I like y'all got to know your place.
Exactly.
I get that.
Just
I get
know your
that.
place, you know?
I get that.
Can I share the craziest Halloween costume I've ever
Yes.
heard of?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Kirstie Alley.
Oh, yeah.
This is just, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but so Kirstie Alley's parents died on Halloween wearing costumes. And the costumes they died in the car crash, the dad was dressed up as a Ku Klux Klan member, like white hood, everything. And her mom was dressed up in blackface as a little black girl.
Oh my God.
Yes, as a little black girl, and they were the odd couple.
Oh my god!
Can you believe?
That is literally. I don't think I could think of a worse costume than
no,
that.
it's definitely like the most boo costume ever.
Boo.
Truly wild.
And I shout out to whatever ghostly ancestor fucked with their brakes or
Yeeted
whatever.
them right out of this life.
Good, right into hell. Go straight to hell in your costumes.
I can't believe that story.
I
so
know
crazy.
some ancestor was looking down.
It sounds like we made it up for the podcast.
I know.
You know.
No, but I had to say it because I'm like, I think about it all the time.
Boo boo. That's the most boo boo thing I ever heard
That's
in my life.
hilarious.
But
Imagine.
but those ancestors were Bufu.
That's
Shout
right.
out to them.
That's
Shout
right.
out
They were
to
like,
the Bufu
"That's enough."
Yeah.
ancestors.
That's enough.
Who
Y'all keep
canceled-
playing games.
Ooh, I can't wait to
parents.
be an ancestor and fuck with racists.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm gonna spend all my time doing that.
I mean, you could do it now.
Do-
You don't have to
I
be an
do, I
ancestor.
do,
Just
and I
trip a
do.
racist.
Can I say something about ancestors?
Please.
I feel like all the ancestors at the bottom of the ocean are calling these billionaires down in like a weird siren song, and they just like can't figure out why they want to go down there.
Muna,
But the truth
yes.
is that someone is like singing a song,
Oh my god!
and
Shout out to them.
dragging
That's
them
River
back
Mama.
into the
Yes.
into the depths.
We have so many like Caribbean folktales about like monsters that drag people down to the depths, and a lot of it is connected to disturbing the environment and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, so I fully believe
That makes sense.
But we've already established that I'm crazy.
No,
So-
no, stop saying that.
Okay.
Listen, we
If
all
you're
believe in the
crazy,
things
I'm
you're
crazy.
Right, exactly. Okay, good. Yes, no,
We
I
all on
fully
the same
believe
page
that.
here. Because also, speaking of, nature being disrupted, nature was the first god. Plant worship, animal worship. Like I'm reading this book called Sacred Plants of India, which is about like the nature worship of indigenous Tamil people and other Indians before Hinduism.
Wow.
And don't you look when you see a huge tree, don't you think that's a god?
Yes.
I'm not joking.
And from here, so I never really felt like particularly connected to nature. When I went, it took me going out to Asia to like a secluded area where I would not have gone if I'd known that there was no Wi-Fi and no electricity. But like it took me being there to experience the divine beauty of nature.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is God.
It is God.
This is God.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Can I also recommend? Let's go to Prospect Park.
No, absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
God is
That's
there.
everywhere.
It really is.
You can
Like,
go.
she really is.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
go. Now I just go upstate and I'm like, oh, wait, I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
I see it. Like,
Bro,
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you. We're really resonating here.
Yes. Yes.
I'm trying to go upstate soon.
Let's do it. Especially this time of year is really nice.
Fall.
Yeah.
Well, it's different this time of year.
I
now.
know. Every year is different.
Yes.
Oh
This
God, it
time
was
of year
so
right now.
hot yesterday.
We got 2 good years left on this planet.
I know.
And then like maybe
terrifying.
20 bad ones.
Yeah.
And then, we'll see.
Yeah. I
It's only ever gonna get worse.
listen, I'm not going to make a great climate refugee, but I'm going to try. I'll try my best.
Yeah, we'll see. I can't leave New York too. Being a native New Yorker and being a brown person, I'm not trying to be
You're
the
going
first
down
brown
with the
person.
shit.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And then my ancestor will hunt racists. Like that's my
Exactly.
plan actually.
And also, I'm going to say something that usually when I say it depresses people, but the earth itself will be fine.
Exactly.
I know that actually fills me with hope. I
Oh,
think
it
about
does?
that all the time.
Okay.
Yeah,
She'll be
I do.
better.
She will be better.
She's been sick for a long time, and we are the illness.
And
Yeah.
she will recover.
She will.
We
She always does.
will not be able to live.
She's
on the
taking us
planet.
out in order to recover.
Yes.
Right now.
We could stop. And here's a real sad thing.
Yeah.
We could stop. We could reverse the effects of climate change today. We can do it. We won't because the billionaires who make money off of it refuse.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like it's I'm just saying they got names and addresses. Who could fight? I can't
Yeah.
fight. I can't fight like that. You know what I mean? I probably could take out Bezos.
But we have other skills. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
probably
He's been
do
working
Bezos.
out. He's got workout money.
Stop it.
You know, I met him. I met him. He in 2019. He came.
You sized him up?
This is so funny.
Okay.
He came into the restaurant. I was waitressing at this restaurant,
Okay.
and he came in with the Lauren, the white,
Yeah.
the fiance or whatever, and he came in and he didn't sit at my table. He sat in the back, but his Secret Service or his security guy was sitting there. And when I tell you, I disarmed that security guy with my charm.
Exactly.
And I absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about.
If I had a blow dart, I could have started the revolution.
Ooh.
If I had just, because he wasn't looking, I could have just, and then boom, boom, he's gone.
That is a skill. That is a skill.
It is a skill. I can do that. I can help in the revolution.
That's an important skill right here.
I can key for the revolution.
Yes. Do not discount that.
Thank you.
That is very important.
It's legitimate activity.
To be honest, my charisma is half my job as a lawyer.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm in court. I'm trying to sell the judge my client's story.
Yeah.
It really is like, how am I telling this story?
Yeah.
More than
charming
the
as hell.
facts. Thank
Yeah.
you.
The other half is all the knowledge you have, and I can't do that. That I don't do. I don't do the
Sorry.
knowledge and the
We're a
reading
team.
and shit.
We're a team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cool.
Buffoons, let us know what you bring to the revolutionary table.
What's your job gonna be? How are you gonna help bring down the man?
Because everyone plays their part.
Everyone plays a role.
Plant lesbian. Somebody got to grow the food.
That's my
That's
boo.
not me. Yeah.
That's my boo.
Oh, really good.
Yeah.
I know exactly where
She was
I'm
a park
coming.
ranger for 9
Yeah.
years. I know. Honestly, she got go bag. We're
Okay.
good.
When the revolution comes, I'm
Come
knocking
here.
on your door.
Pull up.
Y'all gonna be like, bitch.
No, it's okay. All the Bufu New York lesbians can pull up.
Okay.
You know?
Be crawling through the window. Bitch,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Me and this together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that wraps up our episode.
Yeah, that is our episode. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to us on Spotify and Apple at Bufu Pod. Check us out on YouTube, where we post full episodes under at Bufu Podcast. Leave us a review because we would love to hear from you. Follow us on social media. We are at Bufu Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And our Patreon is also at Bufu Pod. My handle is at Your Friend Muna on Instagram. And thank you to the Canteen Killer for our theme music.
Thank you, Sheria, for joining us this
Yes.
episode. It was so lovely to chat with you and share and hear from you. And where can we follow you?
Yes, thank you. Please follow me at Sheria Matiss Comedy on Instagram and TikTok. And please get tickets to Fibroids, a Love Story reading at UCB. Lucas Arnold's gonna be there. Jess Henderson's gonna be there. It's gonna be very dope. UCB, December 2nd, 8:30 p.m.
Amazing. We'll be there.
Thank you.
Yay.
Awesome.